We're basing the entire room transformation off of one biography. All right, so here's the finished product. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday and happy room transformation day. If you're new here, my name's Katie. I'm a third grade teacher in the state of Florida, and you guys are here for a day in my life on a room transformation. All right, today's room transformation theme is bugs. All things buggy and foresty, and it's because we're basing the entire room transformation off of one biography. We will be reading Evelyn, the Adventurous Entomologist as a biography mentor text today, and so all of the activities that I have planned for the day are centered and themed around entomology, bugs, and kind of adventuring in the forest. It's going to be really, really fun. We've been studying biographies, so this is to kind of wrap up our first week of our biography unit in just a fun way. It's currently Wednesday. Tomorrow we have a field trip, and then Friday we're off for spring holiday, which is on Good Friday. So we figured this would be a great day to just do something fun and out of the ordinary. I cannot take credit for all of the planning for this room transformation because my next door neighbor teacher has an intern, and one of the things that she always has her intern do every year is plan a room transformation. So her intern planned a lot of these plans, and I'm just running some of the plays. I added a couple things here and there, and parents donated to kind of help decorate my room and things, but most of the hard work and the planning came from my neighbor teacher's intern. So shout out to her for all of her hard work for this. It's gonna be really fun. I think the closer I've gotten, I did a lot of planning and slide work, PowerPoint work last night, and the more I added, the more excited about it I got. So I'm excited to take you around and kind of show you what the day's gonna look like. But first, if you enjoy time-lapsey things, yesterday I decorated the room and I set up the tablecloths and the bugs everywhere and hung the vines and those type of things, and I did take some footage of that. So I will insert that here so you can watch me kind of set up for the room transformation. All right, so without further ado, let me kind of walk you through what we're doing for the day. My students are in table groups. They've got some buggy bugs and we got vines hanging all over the place. And I, of course, had to make some slides to go with the theme. So I'm gonna show you the slides so you can kind of see what the day is gonna look like in an outlined format. And then I'll take you to each of the centers and show you what it actually looks like. All right, so here is our morning slide. I'm absolutely obsessed with the little bug gifts that I added onto it. I was having a blast making slides last night. So we're gonna do our normal morning routine things and our normal Wednesday warm-ups, and we may even try to do our normal cursive that we're supposed to do today. If we don't get it done today during our block, we might do it during our intervention time instead. Then once we get our day started, we're gonna go over the word entomologist because we just studied Greek and Latin roots, so the students should be familiar with this Greek and Latin root of logi at the end of entomology, which means the study of bugs. So just a little bit of word study thrown in there. We're going to read the biography about Evelyn, and then we are going to be working on 4 stations around the room, and I have the station directions on the slide. So station 1, we're working on biographies are written in chronological text structure. Cut out the summary pieces, which they will have at their station of the biography, and glue them in chronological order. So that's station 1. Station 2, we always put quotations around what someone says. We're working on quotation marks and grammar. So we're going to add quotation marks to sentences that are buggy, have bugs in them, on some sentence strips, or for me, I just did construction paper. And they will use school glue to glue little macaroni noodles that are dyed green to be the quotation marks in their sentence. Number 3 is design a bug. So they're going to design their own bug at their seat and use key details to describe it and answer some questions about it. And then number 4 is just reading in the wild. I have little bug finger puppets and magnifying glasses, and I pulled out my life science books, and so they can either read their own book or they can read the life science books in a little book section. Then I have my slide with all 4 of the stations on it, ready to go so that the students can look up at the board and see a visual of what they're supposed to be doing. Let me take you to each station so you can see what it physically looks like. So here's station 1. We got some nice buggies over here. This is the background page for the biography, cut and paste in order, and my actual summary pages are in my mailbox in the front office. I hope that they were copied yesterday. Whoa, I'm making a mess here. So I'm gonna have to go get those before the day starts, or I do have some that I printed in green that I'll put over here, but I wanted the white ones so you could see it. So they have the whole counter that they can spread out and work and glue the pieces down. All right, here is station 2. This is the one with the quotation mark sentences. So they've got to write the sentence. They can choose which one they want to write. They write it on the sentence strip and they glue the quotation marks and make sure that the punctuation is correct. Markers here, glue here. Station 3 will be at their seat. And so here's the bug details. I'll probably just put it up on actually I can do that now. I'll just put it up on my front counter so they can come grab it. I usually put things on my stool and they can come grab it from my stool when they're ready for that. And then here's station 4. It's just in the corner because that's where my cushions are if they want to use those. Also, all my nonfiction books are here, but I pulled out my life science bucket, so if they want to read anything life science, they can. Another book I have on bugs, and then one we read earlier in the school year about creepy creatures. And then in here, I have 2 magnifying glasses they can use, and then I have bug finger puppets they can put on, and they can use those to point as they read, so that's kind of fun. So I really love doing transformations when I just teach one subject because then I just repeat that in the afternoon for my afternoon block, which is fantastic because I only had to plan for that 1 hour and 15 minutes and then we just repeat. So that's what our transformation is going to look like. I'm so excited. I'm going to take a couple of clips just around the room real quick and then I'll be ready. Oh, I was going to show you how I'm going to have them pick their groups. So sometimes I let them choose their partners, but today I was no, because it's already going to be wild. So I took stickers and I put stickers on different index cards and I'm going to walk around with my net and they have to draw out a bug. If it has 1 bug on it, that means they're starting at station 1. If it has 2 bugs, they're starting at station 2. If it has 3, they're starting at 3. And then I got to go do one for 4 because I added station 4 last minute. If it has 4, then they have 4. So that's what they're going to do to pick their station. So it will be randomized and they have to reach into the net and pull out a bug. So I have a parent conference this morning, so I'm going to get ready for that parent conference and I'll check in with you guys probably at the end of the day or later during the day to let you know how everything went. All right, we made it to the end of our bug day. It was really, really fun. I can't remember, it's been such a long day. I can't even remember if I went over all of the stations with you at the beginning, but here was my example of the quotation marks with the macaroni noodles. They loved this station. Some of them did not know where the quotation marks go, and we've been working on that for like a week and a half now, but it's fine. So here's like the extra grub. And then we did reading with little finger puppet bugs that I've had for years. Here's the little finger puppets. Did I show this to you? I can't not remember. I think I did show this to you. I feel like I remember holding a little bug finger puppet, and that was fun. And then they put the biography in order, and that worked really well. There was only like 2 sentences that they would get confused sometimes, and it was the first 2. And then their bug designs, my first block, some of them did a really good job, and some of them just like drew something on a page and they're like, I'm done. Second block, they got a little bit more creative. Like I saw a roly-poly that was inspired by a baseball. It was like a baseball roly-poly. And so when it like rolled up, it made a baseball. And I was like, that is so cute, so creative. So I can't wait to look at those. I did go through my first block's work already, and I like checked off what they had finished and what they had accomplished and put some bug stickers on it and was like, cool, or nice design, or ooh, your bug is neat, things like that. So I'm working on putting away these little bug catchers that were around the room, and I had a student help me with collecting all of the bugs, because I was like, I could send them home, but I'm gonna save the bugs and use them for this transformation again. So just put all of this stuff. What am I doing wrong with this one? What is happening? I've already wrapped up 2 of them, and now I'm like struggling with this 3rd one. There we go, got it. There we go. Got it, you gotta twist it and then pull. Okay, so the rest of it I'm gonna put in like there we go, 3rd time's a charm, right? I'll probably keep this up in my cabinet with all my animals, but put the rest of it in like a container with bug stuff. For this transformation another time. It was very fun. I'm very tired of the tablecloths because they just get destroyed over the day, which is how it goes every time. So I know this is what happens when you use tablecloths. There's something about having a tablecloth on the table that makes a transformation way more fun, but this is how they end up. Just torn and ripped to shreds by the end of the day. So it's always therapeutic to get to do this and swipe it all up and throw it all away. Ready? Let's watch. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it like a magic trick. On your mark, get set. Oh. Anyways, that was more exciting in my head than it turned out on camera. But I'm gonna try to get all of this put away. I do need to get up and like take the vines down, and I don't know if that's gonna require me to get the stepladder back out. I forgot to give them their strips of paper with their quotations. I put them up here to dry, and then I forgot to give it to them at dismissal because I was working on a Mother's Day, like a photo for their Mother's Day gift. So I did get that accomplished. You know, you can only do so many things in the afternoon. So I'll give those to them tomorrow for sure. Is this somebody's? I'm pitching it. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a really fun day. I think I did better going over the directions and stuff with block 2. I had a little bit more of my energy and my spark where I was like, repeat after me, or everybody say station number 1. You know, my teachery stuff was a little bit better in the 2nd block, but it was a really fun day, and it was actually a really, really easy transformation that ended up being great. So I'm just totally rambling for you guys now. I'm going to spend the rest of my afternoon cleaning up my room so it looks semi-normal, and then yeah, that's all I got. Then I'll check in with you guys later. Back home this wonderful evening. I had something to go to this evening after school, and so I got home and then I changed, went to that, and then I came back home and I already had dinner, and so now I'm just out here working on this stool. If you watched my little spring break chat with me video, this was the stool I was working on for that. It is a gift for the teacher who's next door to me. Has had an intern all semester, and this is a gift for her. Tomorrow's her official last day, full day in the classroom at our school, and then she'll start a cycle of observations that my coworker has set up for her across the school and at another school in the district. And so her, why am I holding my hand like this? So her class is having her going away party tomorrow. And so this is my contribution to her going away party, is a going away gift, which is her own teacher's stool. If you watched that video, all of that to say, if you watched that video that I posted over spring break, you saw me start to work on this and it did not look nearly this good. So this is what it looks like now. I'll probably do a good pan after we chit chat for a little bit, just to show you what it looks like. But yeah, it turned out super cute. It looks just like my stool. So if you've seen my stool in my classroom, you already kind of get the gist. My stool is one of my favorite things, and I'm not gonna go into more detail about that because I feel like I talked your ear off about stools in in that video. So if you missed that video and you just want to watch a chatting video and sit down with your coffee and feel like we're hanging out, go watch that one. I'll link it in the cards. But anyways, overall, I think I already told you, gave you the recap on the transformation. Tomorrow we have a field trip and I'm looking forward to that. I'm also at the point of the year where I'm getting really tired. I don't know if anybody else is there. If you're a teacher and you're still watching this video, comment, let me know. Are you at that point in the year where you're oh my goodness, how many weeks are left? And for me, it's 6. But to be honest, I'm not even doing that countdown yet. The countdown that I'm focused on right now is the countdown to state testing, because it's that's our big kahuna that's coming up. So it's how many weeks do we have left until state testing is what I feel has been constantly on my brain. And that countdown is 3. If you are in a state that has already done state testing, that's wild, because I know my friends in Alabama who teach in Alabama, a lot of them have already taken the ACAP. And I'm why would you take it in April? Why would you take it in April? Sorry, I have not been looking at the camera at all, I realize now. Because you still have so much learning and so much of the school year left. So we still have, technically we have 2 weeks left now. Next week we're doing a novel study on Frederick Douglass Fights for Freedom. Is that what it's called, I believe? I did it last year and it was so good. It's a little novel biography, essentially, of the life of Frederick Douglass, and I absolutely loved it last year. I did not know as much about Frederick Douglass as I thought, because I read the little novel and it was so great and so enlightening about his life and what he experienced and what he went through. So we read that with the kids, and it's going to be a fast forward novel study. I'm pretty sure last year we took 10 days to do this novel study. This year we're going to take 5, which I'm pretty sure is the same as how Charlotte's Web went. It was last year we took 3 weeks in December, so 3 weeks with lots of interruptions, but still it was 3 weeks to do Charlotte's Web, and this year we did it in 2. I'm pretty sure we did it in 2 weeks. So it's just how the schedule's gone and having to fit in all the things. If you're an ELA teacher, there's so many things writing and grammar and all of that stuff. So that's just how we've been able to fit it in. But all of that to say, we're doing our Frederick Douglass novel study next week, and then we're going to focus on test prep for a week, and I will still be doing test prep with the novel study because we're reviewing past skills. So it's not I'm not prepping for the test right now anyways, because really we just need to review our skills. But the next week will be those strategies, hitting any standards that I feel we haven't covered thoroughly enough before the test, and then it'll be go time. It'll be testing time before we know it. I'm actually looking forward to the test. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I like the data that our state test gives. I think I've spoken to this before on my channel, but they did a podcast episode. They being Get Your Teach On did a podcast episode of their Flipside podcast, which if you don't listen to it, I really enjoy listening to the Flipside podcast. But it was all about state testing, and it was like state testing, yay or nay. Let me move the camera up because I'm moving up to put the last bit of clear coat on the top. It was like state testing, yay or nay. What are your thoughts on state testing? And Wade King was actually like, I don't mind the test because I feel like it gives valuable data. And I agree. Like, I think our FAST test gives very valuable data. And when I look at the sample test items, I'm like, okay, that seems like a fair way to assess that standard. I think it's very standards based. The FAST in Florida, if you're a Florida teacher, reach out and let me know, what do you think about the FAST? What I don't like is that my district does so much additional testing, which I get. It gives them lots of different ways that they can like achieve the benchmark, right? So if they don't do well on the standardized test, they have other ways to show benchmark mastery. And I get that, but like, why do we have to take the stars so many times per year if we're taking this big standardized test 3 times per year, which if you're new here, Florida takes it 3 times a year. It's a thing. I've gone over it before on my channel, so I'm not gonna like rehash that. But anyways, I'm looking forward to seeing the data because I just wanna see if my students have grown in what I've taught them. And I'm really hoping they're gonna rock it. But we still have 2 weeks until we get there, a field trip tomorrow, so there's still time. So I'm gonna finish this stool up. I've got like a little bit left of this coat, and then I'm about to walk around it and make sure there's not any spots where the clear coat is like bubbled or globbed, which it doesn't look like there are any spots where it's bubbled or globbed. And then it's pretty much done. I think, oh, there's a bubble. Yeah, oh, there's a bubble too. Okay, good. It's pretty much done now, which is great. And it has like a couple hours to dry, and then it'll be ready. All right, so here's the finished product. A lot of you wanted to see this the other day. I gotta fix this spot right here where the clear coat's looking ratchet, but there it is with the glue stick. It looks so, so cute. I also really love it because this is for the intern who did the transformation day today that I was telling you about, how she like did the bulk of the planning for the transformation day. So it's a great way to say thank you for like a fun day that you guys got to experience on the vlog. So I'm gonna go in, wash this paintbrush off, and then get a little snack because I had like a light dinner at the event I went to earlier. I'm gonna get a little snack, and then I'm gonna sit on the couch and maybe edit or watch TV because I have been busy every single night this week going to the gym or working on things. I should probably fold clothes too. Maybe I'll do that, I don't know. But I haven't had a chance to just any evening yet this week, and it's already Wednesday, so I'm gonna relax.